You might know West Virginia for its mountains, rivers, coal history, but hidden beyond the postcards and trail maps, there are places that few tourists ever get to see. These are the secret corners, the whispered about vistas, the local treasures that feel like discoveries. I'm talking about places that locals guard almost like family heirlooms, because to them they are. Today, I want to take you behind the usual tourist flow, deep into West Virginia's heart, to some of the wonders only people who live here really know. If you love rugged beauty, quiet history, hidden waterfalls, ghost towns, and the kind of peace that comes when you've hiked through paths untouched, you're in the right place. Let's begin with Kaymore Mine and the Kaymore Stairs in New River Gorge. Not many make the trek down, and definitely not many come back up without realizing this is more than a hike. The trail plunges into the gorge, past ruins of old coal mining structures, and down 896 rusted steps that used to serve miners and families. At the bottom is a broken town, overgrown, still echoing the clink of pickaxes and echo of human lives lived hard. Locals go there early, catch sunrise peeking over the abandoned mine, listening to the river crush over rocks below. It's heavy with history and memory, but quiet enough to feel like it's your own secret. Then there's the Hanging Rock Raptor Observatory, out where the forest stretches unbroken, where no modern lampposts interrupt the sky. This fire tower becomes a perch. Here, from August through November, you'll see raptors migrating in long, silent waves. Locals tell stories of hawks riding thermals, of eagles gliding without effort in the pale light. You hike in, steep, sometimes muddy, and you sit, waiting until the horizon moves in. The effort up is rewarded with views far past any guidebook photo. Forested ridges, dew on branches, wings cutting the air. Elkhorn Creek is another such secret. Few find this trout fishing paradise, rainbow and brown trout in cold springs, shaded by trees that dip branches into the water. The kind of creek where you can roll in, find a rock to sit on, cast a line, and hear nothing but water, bugs, and songbirds. Locals fish here quietly. They don't shout. They come with lunch, maybe a thermos, and time. Sometimes they bring grandchildren. There's no need for big crowds. The creek gives enough. For paddlers and river lovers, the Tygart River and its white water are known to the adventurous few. The sections that aren't commercialized are wild. Rapids that test skill, water that reflects sky and ancient forest. Edges where you pull over to eat sandwiches in sandbars no one else reached. The waterfalls off the beaten path, ones without signs, cascade down mossy rock faces, hidden in hollows. Locals know that when water is high, those falls roar like beasts. When low, they whisper, giving only trickles and reflections of clouds. Coal River's Walhond Water Trail is another whisper among locals. A place where you paddle quietly past cliffs and forest, entering moments when the river is almost still. Only birds disturb the silence, and maybe the occasional fish breaking the surface. There's a magic to being in a boat where no roads reach, feeling the current carry you through green cathedrals of trees. If you love mountains, Bear Rocks Preserve at Dolly Sods is a place that beats the heart. Up high, scrubby winds sculpt rock. Cold air sculpts trees into shapes of battle-hardened sentinels. Sandstone outcrops carved by wind and rain, narrow paths that edge steep drop-offs. But the reward? You can see ridgelines stretch forever. You can watch clouds drift under you. On a clear day, you glimpse ridges repeating into the blue haze, maybe even into the next state. At sunset, the sky burns in pinks and golds behind strange rock shapes. On crisp, early mornings, frost may clothe the ground like sugar. If you wander through small towns like Thomas and Davis, you begin to see how culture lives here. Wood smoke, folk music, craft distilleries tucked between mountain ridges. These towns offer hidden cafes, galleries in refurbished storefronts, carved logs, local storytellers. You might find a gallery owner who remembers the logging days and points out the old bunkhouse windows still standing against time. Or a baker who uses mountain berries from a family patch. You taste wild blackberries in jam made that morning, smell fresh pies, hear banjo under porch lights. Historic hidden gems shine too. Beckley Exhibition Coal Mine, where you ride a restored man car, descending into tunnels where miners once worked. The New Deal Homestead Museum at Arthurdale, Eleanor's little village, which still holds the echoes of Depression-era dreams and the bold idea that people can build something better together. The Coal Heritage Trail winding dozens of miles through towns that powered a nation, showing slag heaps, silos, abandoned tipples, signs of what was once life, industry, hardship, community. Bickle Knob is quieter. Drive up a gravel forest road, reach the overlook, and get out into air that tastes like wind and ancient trees. From the observation platform, you stand almost on the skies. The valleys dip, the rivers curl, mountains fold into one another. Few tourists come this way. Most don't even know the road exists. Sunrise here is sacred. Among pines, you see gold spilling over peaks and fog weaving through hollows. Another local favorite is Moncove Lake State Park. It's peaceful in that unassuming way that people who need solitude know is rare. The water smooth in the early morning, limited boat traffic, shady campsites where you wake to birds and mist rising from the lake. Fishing docks creak gently, paths curve beneath chestnut and oak leaves. For many locals, this is escape, a place to disappear from phones, schedules, expectation, just breathe. Then there are secret cave passages, like the Charlestown Cave. Though access is complicated, sometimes restricted, but with rumors, water pools below the earth, chambers carved long ago, stories whispered in darkness. Places no one visits often because few know the hidden entrances, because safety or ownership limits entry. And that's part of their mystique. They belong partly to nature, partly to local memory, partly to myth. West Virginia has towns that are nearly hidden themselves. Bramwell, once flush with coal money, with its stately mansions whisper quiet stories. Buckhannon with its strawberry festivals, historic Main Street steps, and roads that curve into woods. Clay and Helvetia and others where dialects, crafts, air smells like rain and damp pine, and seasons sculpt the landscape. Winter's snow, fall's blaze, spring's explosion of green, summer's hush under stars. Each of these places shares something in common. They aren't easy. Many require roads less traveled, gravel roads, dirt roads, trails not always marked. Sometimes signage is minimal. You ask locals, you navigate by landmarks, a bend in the road, a barn roof, a stone wall. These secret places reward patience and respect. They reward the person willing to slow down, to notice the smell of wet earth, the shape of moss, the silence that only happens when cars stop. These wonders are more than just views. They are stories. They are fragments of history. Coal miners who carved tunnels by hand, builders who hauled lumber over ridges, families who lived where the road ended, who grew gardens, raised children against storms, sang when the sun set. When you sit by a hidden waterfall, you're touching that past. When you paddle a river trail, you're floating through time. Locals don't always need tour guides. Some of the best guides are old-timers and grill joints, gas station owners, people who know which ridge gives the best sunset glow, which bend in the stream holds trout, which old cabin still stands unsold. If this video has shown you just a few of West Virginia's hidden gems, places most travelers gloss over, then maybe you'll think differently about travel. It's not always about checking boxes, famous landmarks, or Instagram shots. It's about quiet moments, hidden paths, walking where few have paused, observing alone or with a friend. It's about feeling the mountain's pulse, listening to the wind in spruce, letting water rinse your tired thoughts away. When you decide to visit, pack light but well. Bring good boots, rain jacket, camera, but also leave room for surprise. High-clearance vehicle helps on gravel roads. Always check weather. Mountains change fast. Respect private property. Many hidden paths cross land held by families who've lived here for generations. Follow, leave. No trace. These places are fragile in ways that tourist brochures don't mention. West Virginia isn't just a state. For those who see beyond almost heaven, it's a quiet universe of ridges, rivers, rock, and history. And the secret places, those lightless valleys, shady forests, elusive falls, they hold something stronger than beauty. They hold belonging. If you loved this journey through hidden West Virginia, hit that like, share it with someone who understands these quiet wonders, and subscribe for more adventures off the beaten path. Because the best stories are in the places whose names you've never heard. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown useful, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more deep dives made simple. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your take. See you in the next one.